Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians. Got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakah, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well. And a sincere salutation to all the ark pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Akwaf who are listening and learning. A few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah, coming at you another lesson in true facts, faith, and edification. Another daily edification. The Lord's willing to be edifying. And this is Arise from the Dust. Arise from the Dust. And who is this speaking about? You so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians. Arise from the dust. And that dust is confusion, right? So let's get on. We're going to start with, this is Isaiah 28 and verse 9. And it reads, the Lord is searching for his elect, okay? His elect out of the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. And he wants them to do what? Arise and shake off the dust. So this is Isaiah 28 and 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. Who, it say again, Isaiah 28 and 9, whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. And as a baby, be on as a nursing baby, right? For women that breastfeed their young, right? They get breastfed until they're old enough to eat what? A little bit of food, right? So it says, whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk, right? Weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. So you start to eat regular food, right? Meaning you're learning. We all come into this knowledge as a child, man, as a baby. That's why I say this in 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 13:11, it reads, when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So when you come into the knowledge, right, you take on the milk scriptures, and then you learn about the meat, right? You graduate from milk to meat. So it say them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. So you learn the basics, right? You get taught the basics. Starting with Apostle Elder's Great Millstone, you get taught the basics, and then you go into things that's more heavier. Okay, you go from the milk to the meat. This is 1 Peter 2 and 2. And it reads, as newborn babes, desiring the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. And that's what's going on, man. You grow into this knowledge, man. Okay, you grow from the milk, and you grow to the meat, man. Right? You learn all the different breakdowns, from the milk breakdowns to the meat breakdowns. This is Isaiah 52. And let's read verse 1. It reads, Isaiah 52 and 1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments. What's those garments? Your wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Okay? It said, awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, because this is your wisdom in the sight of the nations. Jerusalem, oh Jerusalem, the holy city. Who is it talking about? You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. Because Jerusalem is the people before it's the place. It say for henceforth there shall no more come in to thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. So ain't gonna be no more defiled, what the Lord saying, man. Like I tell you in Ezekiel 43, they shall no more defile my name, right, among the heathen. Verse 2 say, shake thyself from the dust. What dust? The confusion, man. The philosophies of this world, right? The philosophies of the heathen. Shake off that dust. Arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. And what? In rest, man. We're gonna be able to sit down in peace. Okay? It says, shake thyself from the dust, meaning confusion, right? Babylon, right? Babel, the land of confusion. But it's talking about the philosophies, man. Shake yourself off from the dust of confusion. Arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from the bands of thy neck. What bands? The bands of the confusion, the bands of these philosophies, the bands of the way of Babylon the Great, man. It say, O captive daughter of Zion, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh, ye have sold yourselves for naught. Hey, the Lord say, tell you in Baruch, man, that he was the one that scatters among the nations. Okay? He say, ye have sold yourselves for naught, and ye shall be redeemed without money. Right? You have sold yourself for naught, man. It was of the Lord that we broke the Lord covenant, so he scattered us among the nations. And now it's time to do what? The Lord said he finna get ready, he finna come back and gather his elect, man. This is this lesson is about shake off the dust. That dust is what? Confusion, man. Meaning philosophies. This is Isaiah 29:9. Because we all learned the ways of Babylon the Great. This is Isaiah 29:9. Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. So what are they drunk off? The Lord say, stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. So what are they drunk off? The philosophies, man. This is Proverbs 20:4. Proverbs 20:1. It reads, wine is a mocker. Strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. Read again. Proverbs 20:1. Wine is a mocker. Strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. This time my philosophies, man. It said wine is a mocker. Strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. That's why I read Isaiah 29 and 9. Because it's talking about the philosophers of this world, man. That's why Jake is bugged out and celebrating these pagan holidays. That's why Jake bugged out and just like lusting after the cares of the world. Isaiah 29:9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. For the Lord Yahweh hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and has closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have he covered. It say, for the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep. Now the only one going to come out of that sleep is the elect. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse read 4. It said, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that that day should not overtake you as a thief. You are all children of the light and children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunk, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. From what? The philosophies, man. Our people is drunk from philosophies, man. So the Lord say, be not tossed to and fro, man, by every wind of doctrine. This is Colossians 2:8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophies and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach. That's why when you go to these theological seminars, you have to learn that same doctrine, man, that same plantation Christianity, man. Okay? And further deceive our people, man. It said, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophies and vain deceit, after the tradition of men. What men? The ones that control the earth, man. The ones that control the theological seminaries, man. Okay? Them same one that control all these religions, man. This is let me see. Let's get where I was finna go at. Let's get Micah chapter 2, verse 10. And it reads, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It said, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sort of destruction. Babylon the Great is polluted with, first and foremost, the philosophies, right? You got the philosophies, then you got the GMO foods, the chemtrails, right? Then you got this LGBTQP thing moving around, right? Everywhere. Our kids is getting vaccinated, destroying them, right? They on Ritalin, all these other different type of drugs. This place is polluted, man. Drugs everywhere. Hey, they done legalized marijuana. The word everybody is high. Okay? Everybody high and bugged out right now, man. This world is polluted, man. And it will destroy us, man. Okay? It will destroy us. I had another precept I wanted to get real quick. Oh, that's what it was. Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 14. And I'm gonna come back to that, Michael. Because see, the Lord say, arise, right? And shake off the dust, man. Meaning the confusion. We have been destroyed for so long, man. Jake don't want to come out of this world, man. And they lust after the cares of the world. Why? Because TV, man. TV and the surroundings, man. This is Ephesians 4 and 14. It reads, let's read 13. It say, till we all come in the unity of faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of a Mashiach, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine. And that's the problem right now, man. There's so many doctrines out there, man. But this, as the scriptures say, it's only one sound doctrine. By the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, hey, that's slick, man. Conniving, okay? Hey, that's what the serpent represents, man. Conniving, craftiness, cunning, man, with their words, okay? Deceiver, they are deceivers, man. It said, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. But speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Hamashiach. So be not, it said, be no more children taught to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine, man. That's only one doctrine that the scriptures say. One sound doctrine, man. Okay? And you must prove all things with scripture, man. Going back to Micah, chapter 2 and 10, it reads, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. This is not our rest, man. Okay? Because it is polluted on every level, man. From GMO foods to chemtrails in the air, drinking contaminated water on every level, man. Okay? North America, Babylon the Great, and the islands of the sea around the world, man, where Jake is scattered at, where so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans are scattered at, it is polluted, man. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. Okay? If a man walking in the spirit of falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink, he shall even be the prophet of this people. And what did the Lord say about the prophets? If a prophet comes to the people, what did he say he gonna do? This is Ezekiel 14 and 9. And if the prophet be deceived, when he has spoken a thing, out of Lord Yahweh have deceived that prophet. Okay? And I will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel. Okay? You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man. So the prophets is lying to our people, man. But that's their job, because what you gotta understand is the Lord sought these prophets up to deceive 2/3 of Israel, man. So again, Micah 2 and 11 say, if a man walking in the spirit of falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and strong drink, man. What is that? These philosophers, man. Okay? He shall even be the prophet of this people. Why? Because of this, man. Isaiah 30. Isaiah 30 and 9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord. Yahweh will say to the seer, see not, and to the prophet, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. So the Lord said he set these prophets up to deceive our people. And he said, he also said this, Jeremiah 5 in verse 31. The prophets prophesied falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means, and my people love to have it so. And what will ye do in the end thereof? So they bugged out, right? Because the Lord got the prophets lying to them, man. Okay, that it's the will of the Lord. The Lord set up these two-third pastors and prophets, man. These deceivers, these seers of divination, man. False visions. Okay, the Lord set them up, man. But what does He tell His people? What does He tell the elect? Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. So the Lord is telling the elect to rise, okay? Come out of this madness. This is Jeremiah 51 and 6. And you gotta rise, he's telling you to rise and depart spiritually, man. Okay? This ain't talking about physical leaving. This is mentally and spiritually, man. This is Jeremiah 51 and 6 reads. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. How do you do that? How do you deliver every man his soul? The Lord said, go out and give them warning from me, right? Zechariah 8 and 16. These are the things that ye should do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. Okay? And let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor, and love no false oath. For all these things that I hate, saith the Lord Yahweh. So going back to Jeremiah 51 and 6, again it reads, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. How do you do that? You go out and you warn Jake, man. Be not cut off in her iniquity. Babylon the great iniquity, the Lord said have reached into the heavens, man. So he said, be not cut off from her iniquity. What her philosophies? Hey, North America gonna be destroyed for the way they've been ruling the earth in wickedness, man. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Who? Babylon the Great, man. Finna be destroyed, man. And if you're still caught up in the cares of this world, you're gonna be destroyed with Babylon the Great. Revelation 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins. Now, when we read Revelation 11 and 12, it tell you that they heard a voice from heaven saying, come up hither, right? So, first off, you mentally come out of this place. You mentally and spiritually come out of this place, right? And then, hey, through works, it's the mercy, first and foremost, it's the mercy of Yahweh, right? Through his son Yahweh Shah, but through faith and works, man. Through faith and works, right? Being diligent, staying grounded in the truth, keeping your mind on Yahweh Shema Shah and the kingdom. That's you spiritually and mentally not being part of this world, man. And that's setting up your salvation. Again, Revelation 18 and 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues, man. Because North America will be destroyed, well, ultimately with the missiles, with the intercontinental ballistic missiles, but then you're gonna have race riots and famines and concentration camps and pestilences. All these things are gonna be going on. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and power have remembered her iniquities. Okay, iniquities is sin on top of sin. So understanding what's going to go on in Babylon the Great, man. The Lord said, "Come out of her, my people, and be not partakers of her sins." So let's read this. This is Second Ezra chapter 11, in verse 39, it reads, "Are not thou it that remainest of the fourth beast, which is the Roman Empire, and North America is the revived Roman Empire," right? It say, "Are not thou it remainest of the fourth beast, whom I made to reign in the world, that the end of their times may come through them. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past," which is the Roman Empire, "and have made power over the world with great filthiness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression." Hey, Babylon the Great, man, North America. "And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. For the earth has thou not judged with truth." No, all wickedness, man. "For thou hast afflicted the meek," which is the Israelites. "Thou hast hurt the peaceable," which are the Israelites. "Thou hast loved liars." Hey, what the scriptures say, they are all forges of liars, man. Okay? They are all forges of lies. "And destroyed thy dwellings of them that brought forth fruit." Right? Who? So-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, the elect. "And has cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm." What walls? Jerusalem, man. Okay, the Roman Empire, Titus and Vespasian, 70 AD. They took down Jerusalem, man. Okay. Verse 43 say, "Therefore is thy wrongful dealings come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty." What does Obadiah 1 and 3 say? "The pride of thy heart have deceived thee," right? And he said, "Therefore is thy wrongful dealings come up unto the highest." Meaning what? Let's go back to it real quick. Revelation, Revelation 18 and verse 5 say, "For her sins have reached into heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities." Who is this? Babylon the Great, man. Okay? The virgin daughter of Babylon. Babylon the Great, North America, is Revelation 18, man. Okay? "For her sins have reached into heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities." So going back to 2nd Ezra 11 in verse 43, "Therefore is thy wrongful dealings come up unto the highest, and thy pride," right? Obadiah 1 and 3, "the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, and thy pride unto the mighty. The highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled." What does it say in Luke 21 and 24? That Jerusalem shall be trodden down until the time of the Gentiles are fulfilled. So right here say 2nd Ezra 11:44, "The highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. And therefore appear no more thy eagle, nor thy horrible wing, nor thy wicked feathers." And what does the eagle represent? North America, man. Babylon the Great, right? "Nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws," right, "of iron, nor all thy vain body, that all the earth may be refreshed." When Babylon the Great, when North America get thrown down, man, everything gonna be refreshed. Shalom, Mark. Yahweh Shema Shah Barakatham. It say, "And may return being delivered from thy violence." Who being delivered? The elect, man. Okay? So-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man. West Indian Haitians. "And they," it say, "and that shall," read again, "that all," this 2nd Ezra 11:46, "and that all the earth may be refreshed." The Lord say He's gonna do, man. Replenish the earth, man. Refresh. Kainos, renewed, man. Everything gonna be renewed, man. "And may return being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy on him that made her," which is who? Yahweh, man. So the Lord say, "What? Arise and depart, for this is not our rest," man. This is this is Zephaniah 2 and 1. It reads, "Gather yourself together, yeah, gather together, O nation not desired." Who is the nation that's not desired on the planet Earth today? You so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. Every other nation know who they are. The Chinese know who they are, their biblical name. The Japanese know who they are, right? The Africans know who they are, man. Right? The Edomites know who they are. We the only nation that the Arabs know who they are. Their biblical names. Okay, the Elamites, what they call them, Pakistan, they know who they are, man. Okay, the only nation of people that don't know who they are on the earth are you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man. You are the 12 tribes of Israel out the Bible. Okay, the chosen peoples of the Lord. Thus saith the scripture. Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourself together, you're gathered together, O nation, not desire. Why we not desire? Because it tell you in Hosea 1, man. Let's read that. Hosea 1 and 10. It reads, it said, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, you are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, you are the sons of the living God. So we was told here in Babylon the Great, in North America, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you ain't the children of the Lord. But the Lord say what? It say, yeah, in the place, it say that in the place where it was said unto them, you are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. Okay? You Negro, Latino, Native Americans, you 12 tribes of Israel. What you think Israel mean, man? The Hebrew, Yasha Allah. He Prince Power, man. Yahi, Shah Prince, Allah Power, man. Ye sons of God, man. Okay? Verse 11. Then shall the children of Judah, the southern kingdom, and the children of Israel, the northern kingdom, be gathered together. Well, in North America, man, Babylon the Great, and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. Now I tell you in Jeremiah 3 and 18, man. Okay, this is talking about the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. Jeremiah 3 and 18, in those days the house of Judah, the southern kingdom, shall walk with the house of Israel, the northern kingdom, which was split on the time of Solomon, and they shall come together out of the land of the north. Where's that? North America, man. To the land that I have given for inheritance unto your fathers. Who father was given the land of Israel? You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans when we came out of Egypt. Okay? So going back to Zephaniah 2 and 1. Gather yourselves together. You're gathered together, O nation, not desire. We're not desire here, man. Before the decree bring forth, what decree? The destruction, man, the race riot, the martial law, the concentration camp, the famine, the pestilence, the World War III. That's coming, man. Russia, Iran, China, Syria. They finna destroy North America with what? Them intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Okay, it's finna be a thermonuclear World War III, man. Okay, all the allies that's joining North America through the UN, they are separating themselves from North America, man. Why? Because these devils, starting with Trump, they putting sanctions on the other nations, and they tired of it, man. They tired of North America being the bully, and they finna destroy them, man. So it say before the decree bring forth, the decree is we telling you that North America finna be destroyed with World War III, man, with missiles. Before the day pass of the chaff, because the Lord said North America gonna be done away with, man. Okay, it's gonna be a desert land. It's gonna be desolate. Okay, before the fierce anger of the Lord Yahweh come upon you. What fierce anger? It say that the day of vengeance burneth in his heart, man. Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you, seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth. The meek are who? You Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man. You are the meek. Where did the Lord put you at? On the bottom, man. It tell you in Job 25 and 6 that we are the worms of the earth, man. Okay? We are the worms of the earth, man. We are the meek, the lowly. It says, seek ye the Lord Yahweh, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness, that it may be, ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. What anger, man? The destruction that's coming, man. Can't wait to raise up out of this little con out. Hey, we all can't wait, brother. We all can't wait, brother. So going back to this is Zechariah 2 and 6. It reads, ho ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, North America, man. The Lord talking to you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man. Saith the Lord Yahweh, for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Lord. Deliver thyself, O Zion. Zion is you Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, after the glory have he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. Who spoiled us? All 17 heathen nations. They spoiled us, man. Okay? The Lord created 18 nations. The 12 tribes of Israel is one nation. The other 17 nations, they all spoiled us, man. And they all got to pay for it. It said, for he that toucheth you, toucheth the apple of his eye. Who is it talking about right here? Let's see what we're talking about right here. It's Deuteronomy 32 and verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, when he set the bound, it say he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. Our forefather named what? Jacob. He routed the angel. His name became Israel. His name became Israel. He had 12 sons who became the Israelites. So it say, for the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. He found him in a desert land and in a waste, hollow, and wilderness, right? When he wrestled the angel, he led him about. He instructed him. He kept him as the apple of his eye. So when you go back to Zechariah and read again, Zechariah 2, in verse 8, it say, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, after the glory have he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. So the apple of the Lord, the apple of the Lord's eye is who? You so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Hey, brother, the people don't want to hear it or not, man. You are the apples of the Lord's eye. So back in verse 6, it said, ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the North America. Saith the Lord Yahweh, for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of heaven. Why? Because we broke his law, statute, and commandments, and he spread us out, right? Read again. He say, for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heavens, saith the Lord Yahweh. Now, when you go to Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shah Barakatham. Now, when you go to Matthew, he said he scattered you abroad to the four winds of heaven. Now in Matthew, he tell you he's going to gather you. Which is going to be the elect on this side. Matthew 24 and 29. It reads, immediately after the tribulation of those days, and they show you right there, it ain't going to be no rapture, man. Okay? The elect is going to be here to go through the rapture, man. That's that being tried, man. Put through that furnace of affliction. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. It ain't talking about in the spiritual realm. They're talking about the leaders, the rulers of this world. They're going to be shaken. And then shall there appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. Why? Because they didn't repent, man. That's why we keep telling you over and over, man. Acts 3 and 19. Repent, convert, and be healed, man. That your sins may be blotted out. Because most of our people, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, they're gonna wait till they see the Lord and Savior crack the cloud with the chariots and the angels, and then they're gonna try to jump on their knees and repent. And it's gonna be too late for that, man. Okay? He giving you a grace period right now to repent before he returns. So it say, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. 2/3 heathens, the 2/3 Israelites and the heathens, they all gonna mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven. And them clouds talking about a chariot, man. He ain't coming on no actual cloud, man. He's coming in chariots, what the world call UFOs or spaceships. In the Bible, they call the chariots of Israel, man. Okay, it say, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now let's go back to Zechariah again and read that. Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 8. No, Zechariah 2 and 6. It say, ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the North America, saith the Lord. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heavens, saith the Lord. So he spread it, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, for breaking his law, statute, commandments. But he say when he returned with his chariots, he gonna do what? He's gonna gather us again, man, the elect. Let's read again. Matthew 24 and 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Earth is a heaven, man. It ain't talking about in the spiritual realm. Earth is a heaven, man. Okay. So it's he gonna gather. The angels are gonna gather who? His elect, man. Let's see who the elect is according to the Bible. Because everybody think they can get salvation. Salvation is only for the Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man. And that's what the scriptures say. It's Isaiah to prove who the elect is. That's gonna be gathered from the four winds. This is Isaiah 45 in verse 4. It reads, let's read 3. Isaiah 45 and 3. And I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord Yahweh, which called thee by thy name, am the God of Israel. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. Didn't it say, O nation, not desired? Lord, come back together, his elect. Let's get one more. Isaiah 65 in verse 9. And it reads, I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob, which is Yahushua, our Lord and Savior, and out of Jacob an inheritor of my mountains, that's Yahushua, our Lord and Savior, and my elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there. Who are the servants of the Lord? Only people that can be servants, prophets, and saints are Israelites. Let's see who the servants is. Leviticus 25:55, and it reads, for unto me, this is the words of the Lord Yahweh, for unto me the children of Israel are servants. They are my servants, whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord Yahweh, your power. Listen, man. Who came out of Egypt with Moses? The 12 tribes of Israel, man. Okay? Only the Hebrew Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, can be saints of the Lord. Dwayne Thomas say, what I want to know is, when we are changed, Lord willing, we are those chosen. Will we remember who we were in our family? Yeah. We're going to remember, bro. Hey, everything going to be remembered, brother. Shalom, sister. Yahweh Shema Bashab, Rocket Thumb. Yeah. We're going to remember. See, there's no remembrance of former things. Well, the Lord say, as the scripture say, as a matter of fact, let me see. But I'm sure, but we're going to have special powers and all things, man. So, right here, it say, and we got to go out what the scripture say. But well, I'm just gonna read the scripture. This is Ecclesiastes 1 in verse 11. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. But this talking about when we come back in reincarnation. So let me read it. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that have been is that which shall be done. No, the thing that have been is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. You know about reincarnation. We come back every 3rd or 4th generation. Is there anything where it may be said, see, this is new? Question mark. It have already been an old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. So this ain't talking about us going to the kingdom, because we're going to remember everything, man. Hey, as a matter of fact, hey, we're going to play this back to our kids, man, in the kingdom, man. We're going to play all these things back to the kids, man. Okay? So, yeah, that's talking about the ones that come. That's talking about us when we come back on the earth, reincarnated as babies, and we grow up, and whatever you did in your previous life, you're going to do in this life. You're wicked then, you're going to be wicked now. So, there's no remembrance of the old things. But when we get to the kingdom of heaven, Lord willing, we are those men, we're going to remember everything, God. Most definitely, man. Hey, what's the whole point of slavery? When you think about it, right? This going off the topic, but it doesn't really matter. It's all through the spirit. Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Right? So the only way we're gonna be able to do that is we're gonna have to remember about the slavery, right? And when we get changed in them new bodies, Lord willing. It's Revelation 13 and 10. It's 13 and 9. Let's start at 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Meaning, if you can hear this, understand what I'm saying. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, and he that killeth with a sword must be killed with a sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Who are the saints? Let's get it. This is Psalms 50 and 5, and it reads, gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Who was the only nation that can sacrifice to Yahweh? The Israelites. Job, right? When his kids were celebrating their birthday, when you read Job on the first chapter, when they were celebrating their birthday, what Job had to do? He said he continually had to sacrifice to the Lord because his kids was celebrating their birthday, which is a custom of the heathen. What did Moses do? Moses had to send sacrifices when you read Exodus 24. What did Abraham do? He had to sacrifice to the Lord, right? What did Noah do? The only one that can read again, Psalm 55. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Who the Lord made a covenant with in Mount Sinai? The Israelites. But let's finish on the proving who the saints is. This is Psalms 148 and verse 13. It reads, he have also established them forever and ever. He have made a decree which shall not pass. This is verse 13. Let them praise the name of the Lord. Let's read this again. Psalm 148 and 6. He have also established them forever and ever. Who? The Israelites. He have made a decree which shall not pass. Right? Verse 13 say, let them praise the name of the Lord Yahweh. For his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven. He also exalted the horn of his people, a possessive pronoun, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people, not with an S, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord. Let's read Psalm 149, 1 and 2. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh, sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise in the congregation of saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion, Zion, as you so-called Negro Latino Native Americans, be joyful in their king. Okay? So the Israelites are the saints, man. Nobody else can be saints. Point blank, period. So let's read this. Just want to establish who the saints are, just in case somebody come, boy, don't know. Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore, all they that It say, therefore, all they that devoured thee shall be devoured. All 17 nations devoured us, man. And all thine adversaries, all 17 nations, every one of them shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord Yahweh. Because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, who no man seeketh after. Verse 18, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. Who is Jacob? The father of the 12 sons. Okay? That's the father of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, and Israel had 12 sons who became the Israelites, man. And we will get what? Let's read it. This is James chapter 2 and 13, and it reads, for he shall have judgment without mercy. Who is this? The elites, the Idumeans. It say, for he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. So, for he shall be judgment, for he shall have judgment without mercy that show no mercy. Hey, they ain't show us no mercy, man. And the Lord say, when our calamity came to an end, they did what? They helped forth the affliction, man. Okay? He said the Lord said he was what? He was he was a little displeased at us, man. Let me see if I can find that. Um this is let me see if I can find it real quick. I think it's Zechariah. Let me see. Salakia. Let me pull this up real quick. Yeah, cause see, they help for the affliction, man. This is Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 15. And it reads, and this talking about Esau Edom, man. Zechariah 1 and 15, and it reads, it say, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. Why? Because when you read Zechariah 11, it said that matter of fact, let's read that real quick. Let's come back to this. Zechariah 11:15, so you can understand what's going on. Zechariah 11:5. It reads, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord Yahweh, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherd pity them not. So they said, this is what the Edomites said, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. The Lord said they didn't hold themselves not guilty. This is what they said. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherd pity them not. Now we know in Joel, the 3rd chapter, what did it say? They cast lots upon us, man. Right? They sold a boy from the harlot and a girl for wine that they may drink. And they sold us to who? The Grecians, man. Who are the Grecians? Who are the modern Grecians? The Edomites, man. The Idumeans. So when you go back to Zechariah 1 and 15, the Lord say this. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. Why are they at ease? Because they say, blessed be the Lord, for we are rich, right? It say, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped for the affliction. So they helped for our affliction, man. Okay, let's read that. This is Obadiah 1. Let's start at 10. For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates. Who was this? When the Babylonians came and took us down to Jerusalem. That's when we went into captivity under the Babylonians, right? It say, and cast lots upon Jerusalem. Who was in Jerusalem? Judah, Benjamin, Levi, so-called Negroes, the so-called Haitians, and the so-called Jamaicans, right? It said, even thou was as one of them. Who was one of them? The Edomites, our brother, man. He's still on the other side telling the Babylonians, take them down, man. Raise it, man. Hey, they fleeing over there. They over there, right? It say, verse 12, it said, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither should have thou rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Because it was Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. The northern kingdom was already gone, man, right? It said, neither should have thou spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in Jerusalem when the Babylonians took us down, right? Which was a 500, some eight, in the 500, I think 500, 560 something around that time. It say, thou should have not looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their suffering in the day of their calamity. Neither should thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither should thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. So it said, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee, thy reward shall return upon thy own head, man. Why? Because in the day of our calamity, man, it say, matter of fact, let's get that, man. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. Let's read this. Woe to the rebellious children. No, Salakia. 33. Isaiah 33 and 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. So when you think you're gonna, and we ain't gonna do, you wanna make peace, the Lord say you're gonna be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And who is this? The other nations, man. They gonna jack them up, man. Okay, they gonna jack them up, man, for dealing treacherously with us. Hey, Shalom, Mark Yahweh Shema Bashah, Barakatham, Shalom. Shalom, Mark Yahweh Shema Bashah, Barakatham, Shalom. Shalom, everybody on the comment board, Shalom. Yahweh Shema Bashah, Bashim Pakadash, Barakatham. So let's get this. This is let me read this real quick. See, let me pull this up real quick. Yeah, man, they did us wrong, man. They did us wrong, man. They did us wrong, man. Thank you. We pull this up real quick, Salaki, for that. This is I'm gonna get one more, man, just to drill the point home. This is Ezekiel 35, man. This is Ezekiel 35 and 1. It reads, moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, which we know who that is, that's Edomites, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, right? Thy cities waste. That's how you know he ain't talking about no mountain, man. He said he will lay thy cities waste. What's that? Start with Babylon the Great, North America, man, right? The virgin daughter of Babylon, right? North America, and all the islands of the sea, man, and everywhere around the world where they control, which they control the entire world. The earth was given to the hand of the wicked. We know what the scriptures say that the Idumeans are the wicked. It say, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. Start with North America, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, and it's going to be done with what? Intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So the Lord had a cap on our iniquity, man, what we had done. He said the time of iniquity had an end, Esau kept pushing it, man. Okay? In the time that their iniquity had an end, therefore, as thy live, saith the Lord Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, which is North America, Babylon the Great, first and foremost, and cut off from him that passeth out and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men. Mountains represent the government. And this is the number one government. North America, the greatest province on the earth, just like Babylon, the ancient Babylon was, just like Egypt was. That's why I tell you Revelation 11 that this is spiritually Egypt and Sodom. And it's the revived Roman Empire, man. Okay? North America, Babylon the Great is the little horn, and it came up out of the seventh, man. It is the eighth, and it's from the seventh, man. Okay? As the scripture tell you. It's saying, and I will fill that mountain with his slain men. So you know this ain't talking about no mountain. It's I will fill his mountains, meaning his different governments all around the world, right? With his slain men in thy hills, and in thy valleys, which is the smaller governments and kingdoms, and in all thy rivers shall thy fall that are slain with the sword. And I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Because thou hast said, these two nations, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, and these two countries, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, shall be mine. And they did. That's why he said, blessed be the Lord, for we are rich. Okay? And we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. So there you go, man. They're judging, man. They say they're going to possess it as if the Lord was there, man. Hey, what they say right here, matter of fact, what is this? Ezekiel 34, man. Hey, that's what the Lord got a real hatred for you people, man. This is Ezekiel 34 and verse 5. And they were scattered because there is no shepherd. It said, and they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered. My sheep wandered through all the mountains and upon every hill, every high hill. Yeah, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search and seek after them. Okay? Now, this is Ezekiel 36 and verse 5. It reads, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea. Idumea is what? The Greek word for Edom, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their hearts, with the spiteful mind to cast it out for a prey. Who in our land right now? The Idumeans, man. This is Psalm 79 and 1, and it reads, O power, the heathen are coming to thy inheritance. Thy holy temple have they defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps. The dead bodies of thy servants, which are Israelites, have they given to be meat unto the fowls of the heaven, which is the birds, and the flesh of thy saints unto the beasts of the field, which is the wolves and all the other animals that's out there wild, right? Their blood have they shed like water round about Jerusalem. It's talking about 70 AD, man. Okay. And you had the Babylonians take us down, right? Back in 500, when the Babylonians took us down. It's saying there was none to bury them. So we are becoming a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and derision to them that are round about us. Hold on, let's get another one. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 7 reads, your country is desolate, your cities are burnt with fire, your land strangers devour it in your presence, and is desolate as overthrown by strangers. Right? Let's get one more to prove who in our land. It said Idumeans, right? Psalm 79 and 1, the heathen that take on our land. This is Luke 21 and 24. It reads, this is talking about 70 AD. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations. They're talking about Israelite. They're talking about Judah, Benjamin, Levi. That's who was in Jerusalem at the time. Negroes, Jamaicans, and Haitians, so-called. Right? And they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles are fulfilled. Hold on, let's get one more. Let's hit this point all the way home. So the Gentiles is what? Trodden down our land as it is this day, man. This is Zechariah 9 and 6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Who is in Ashdod? Where's Ashdod at? It's in Israel. Don't they have a gay parade every year over there, man? A bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. The Philistines, what the original Philistines are Africans, Hamites. Okay, but now you got the Palestinians over there in the land, right? And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. Let's see what the Lord say about bastards. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 12. Show you how the Lord feel about bastards. It's Hebrews chapter 12 and verse Hebrews 12 and 8, right? This is about the chastening of the Lord. Let's read 6 so you can understand. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth. That's why he put us in slavery, because he loved Israel, right? It's just like a father when the son go off, he chasteneth. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastening, it said God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the father chasteneth not? But, verse 8, Hebrew 12 and 8 is the point. But if ye be without chastisement, wherefore are ye partakers? Then ye are bastards and not sons. Hey, that's what the Lord say when you read in verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright, right? For ye know that how afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance with the Most High Yahweh, though he sought it carefully with tears. They are bastards. So as Zechariah 9 and 6 say, a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, man. Okay? They are bastards, man. And that's where I land right now. So yeah, brother, I ain't mean to go on with them precepts. Right, that's another one, Ezekiel 25, man. The Lord said, by the hand of my people Israel, right? He gonna put his spirit on us. I had that in mind, but I ain't even want to go into it. Yeah. So to answer your question with a few precepts, they gotta pay, man. They gonna pay, man. That's why this lesson is about what? Arise, man. Shake off the dust, man. Let me go back to that. It's Isaiah 52 and 1. Awake, awake. Talking to you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. Put on thy strength. What is our strength, man? Don't Proverbs 18 and 10 say the name of the Lord is a strong tower, right? The righteous run into it and it's safe, man. It say, put on thy beautiful garments, which is what? This wisdom, knowledge, understanding. O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come into thee uncircumcised and unclean, man. Hey, and that's why they can't get, and that's why they pissed off. Because when you read in Revelation 11, I think it is, Revelation 10, let me see. It's what the Lord told um John on the island of Patmos, right? Revelation 11 and 1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, which is these scriptures. And the angel stood, saying, rise and measure the temple of God and the altar, and them that worship therein, which is who? Israel, man, the elect, right? First and foremost. But in the kingdom, all Israel gonna be saved. Verse 2 is the point. But the court which is without the temple, leave out and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. And the holy city shall they tread underfoot 42 months. Didn't I just read Luke 21:24? It say Jerusalem shall be trodden down until the time of the Gentiles is fulfilled, man. Okay? So the Lord say they're gonna be outside the temple, man. That's gonna be their measurement outside the temple. But the court which is without the temple, leave out and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread underfoot 42 months. And they doing that now, man. They doing that now, man. So going back to Isaiah 52, Isaiah 52 and verse 2, it says, shake thyself from the dust. What dust? Confusion, man. And guess what? Hey, the scripture say the city of confusion is broken down, man. So shake thyself from the dust and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, which is what? Hey, the philosophers of this world, man. O captive daughter of Zion. Hey, so shake the dust from off you, man. When you read Isaiah 24 in verse 10, it reads this: the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. What is it talking about? Amos 8 and 11, man. A famine on the word. Okay? There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Ain't gonna be no more joyful time happening. And when you're reading Exodus 32, Jake was, hey, when it said Moses went up to go speak with the Lord and get the tablets and get the laws, Jake rose up and started playing, man. They had Aaron to make a golden calf, and they said they wrote, when you read Exodus 32, They rose up to play, man. What Jake like doing today? Going to the clubs, playing, man. Playing. Destruction coming, man. These devils is pushing the RD microchip on a heavy level, and you niggas playing, man. In the city, it's left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction, man. But the point, the city of confusion is broken down, man. So the Lord say, hey, North America is collapsing, man. So shake off the dust of this place, man. But only elect gonna do that. Only elect is gonna rise up in the poor, because this is not our rest, man. It will destroy you. It is polluted and will destroy you, man. So you gotta shake out the dust, put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. That's the only way you're gonna get out of here. And you got these bug outs talking about fleeing from North America, man. To go well, man. Where you gonna go at, man? Hey, judgment happening all around the earth, man. The Lord jacking them up everywhere. You can't run, man. So this is a precept, because I did this video on the guy like some months ago talking about we gotta flee America, get your passports right. We gotta flee. Flee well, man. This is Isaiah 24:18. It reads, and it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the field shall fall into the pit. So where the hell you gonna go at, man, if the Lord can't get you, man? This is the Most High, man. Don't it say his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, man? Where the hell you gonna go at? You can't go. You can't flee from Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Hey, the eyes of the Lord are in every place, man, watching over all the evil and the good, man. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the field shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken into the snare. For the windows from on high are open, the intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. And the foundation of the earth do shake. The earth shall utterly broke. It said the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean to solve. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall rear to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgressions thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again, man. Babylon the Great. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high. Who is this? Them 13 head families that control the earth, man. And the kings of the earth upon the earth, hey, they're going to be destroyed, man. That's why we must do what? Arise and depart, for this is not our rest, man. Flee out of the midst of Babylon. Read again. I'm going to get you, brother, precepts on the coming board. Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. That's the whole point of this lesson. We're supposed to be trying to wake up. Galatians 6:1, man. Restore such an one, man. Okay? Restore such an one, man. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Give warning. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Revelation 18:4. And I heard a voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities. That's why I read this one in 2nd Ezra, man. 2nd Ezra 11 and 44 say, 43, it say, therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and the pride unto the mighty. Listen, man, the highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. That's why Luke 21:24 say, they shall trodden down Jerusalem until the time of the Gentiles are fulfilled, man. And the Lord saying what right here in 2nd Ezra 11? Your abominations are fulfilled, man. Now destruction is coming, man. Okay? Destruction is coming, man. So prepare. Okay? Prepare, man. We are putting on the whole armor of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Ain't no if and buts about it. Obadiah 1:1. And let us rise up against her in battle. Right. The devil gonna pay, man. That's why, hey, we don't care about them devil no more, man. The Lord say, restore such an one, man. Because destruction is coming and it's trying to raise up. Get these precepts, I'm gonna close out. 1 Chronicles from Adam Nana, First Chronicles 22 and 19. Now set your heart and your soul to seek the Lord Yahweh, your power. Arise therefore and build ye the sanctuary of the Lord Yahweh power, to bring the ark of the covenant of the Lord and the holy vessel of power into the house that is to be built to the name of the Lord Yahweh. And we're doing that now, man. This is the tabernacle of David is being built, man. And the breaches are being closed, man. When you read Nehemiah 4, when you read Nehemiah 4, when you read Ezra chapter 4, the temple of the Lord is being, the breaches are closed, man. And you can't no more defile, you can't deceive the elected Israel with that no more, man. Let's go from Idon Taza Yawan. Let's read that Jeremiah 15:7, which is a fire precept. It reads, all that found them had devoured them, and their adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord. Right, bro? Right. So that give you the right to go ahead and do, hey, but we know the Lord set them up to do it, man. It say, all that found them have devoured them, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And their adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord Yahweh, the hope of their fathers. Come on, that's beautiful, man. Hey, remove out of Mr. Babylon and go forth out of the land of Chaldeans and be as the he goats before the flock. That's what the Lord said, rise and depart, but this is not your rest, man. Hey, but the Lord gave them, hey, that's why it say in Micah 7:9, I must bear the indignation of the Lord, because we sin against the Lord, man. That's why I said Lamentations 3 and 39, wherefore do a man complain about his sin? So we can't complain, man. You know, we tired of being here working, slaving, right? Being destroyed by GMO foods, chemtrails, drinking contaminated waters. I don't care if you do drink alkaline water. Everything is all contaminated, man. But the Lord said in Ezekiel, what's that, Ezekiel 3, that we should eat our bread to follow among the Gentiles. And Mark 16 and 18 say, we shall drink whatever, we shall drink poisons and not be hurt. So it is what it is, man. But we must arise and depart, man, because this ain't our rest, man. And our people, hey, what it say in Jeremiah 5 and 31, they love to have it so, man. They love to have it so. This is Ezra 10:3. Now therefore let us make a covenant with our power to put away all the wives and such as are born of them, according to the counsel of my Lord and of those that tremble at my commandment of our power, and let it be done. Right. This is going into sleeping with them heathen women, man. Is this going to sleep with them heathen women? Right. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to the heathen women up. But yeah, that's a good precept though. I did a lesson on that when I brought all that out. This is Psalms 50 and 20. Psalm 50 and 20. I'm gonna read. You got 21. I'm gonna start at 20 though. It reads, thy citizen speaketh against thy brother, which is talking about Esau going against Jacob. Thy slanderous thy own mother's son. These things have I done, and I kept silent. They say, thou thoughtest that I were altogether such as one of thyself. And that's what they thought, man. But the Lord say, what? But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. And that's what's going on, man. Standing in great boldness before who? Those that afflicted us, man, and made no count of our labors. But it's okay though, because guess what? We're gonna make a count of your labors, because you got 1,000 years of hardcore slavery to deal with. This is Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 22. It reads, therefore, whereas thou doest chasten us, That's why I read Hebrews 12, right? The Lord chastening you. Hey, you are sons, man. Therefore, as thou doest chasten us, thou scourges our enemies 1,000 times more, to the intent that when we judge, we should carefully think of thy goodness, and when we ourselves are judged, we should look for mercy. Hey, that's telling you right there. Hebrews 12, you can't repent, okay? You can't get no mercy, man. Hey, it's gonna be straight heavy punishment for you devils, man. Straight heavy punishment for you devils, man. With that Psalm 76? Jump. Psalm chapter 7, verse 6. It said, Arise, O Yahweh, in thy anger. Lift up thyself because of the rage of my enemies, and await for me to the judgment that thou hast commanded. Right, man? That's beautiful. And that's what we're waiting on, man. And, verse 5 say, Let the enemy persecute my soul and take it. It say, yeah, let him tread down my life upon the earth and lay my honor in the dust. Arise, O Lord Yahweh, in thy anger. Lift up thyself because of the rage of my enemies, and await for me to the judgment that thou hast commanded. Hey, as say in verse 5, this is King David. The Lord concerning, the Cush of Benjamin. O Lord, my power, in thee do I put my trust. Save me from all them that persecute me. Deliver me. So he said, yeah, let the enemy persecute my soul and take it. Yeah, let him tread down my life upon the earth and lay my honor in the dust. And they did that, man. Which the Lord let them do it. But we had a bad nation of the Lord. This is Isaiah 51 in verse 21 say, therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, and thy power that pleaded the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. It say, thou shalt no more drink it again. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. It said, but I will put it in the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. Like King David said, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over, man. Hey, these devils walked all over us, man. They trampled us. Hey, that's why what it say in Genesis. Let's read that real quick. Genesis 3. No, Genesis 4. Genesis 4 and no, it is Genesis 3. Salaki. Genesis 3 and 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So, hey, that's how the Lord set it up, man. He set it up that way. And that's why Ezra said, oh Adam, in second Ezra, why has thou Ezra said, oh Adam, what has thou done, man? What did you do? You didn't just make yourself fall, you made the whole nation fall. But that was props of the Lord, man. Because you can't live in wickedness, you can't live in righteousness without knowing what wicked is about, man. It's an order. The Lord is a balance, man. Proverbs 11:1, the Lord is a just balance, man. So this is what Isaiah said. Isaiah 6:3 and 17. Because Ezra said, Adam, what hast thou done? This is Isaiah 6:3 and 17. Oh Yahweh, why hast thou made us to err from thy ways, and hearkeneth our heart from thy fear? Return for thy servant's sake the tribes of thy inheritance. The people of thy holiness have possessed it but a little while. What? The kingdom, Jerusalem, man. We possessed it for a little while. Our adversaries have trodden down thy sanctuary. We are dying. Thou never bears rule over them. Who? None of these heathen 17 nations. They were not called by thy name. Hey, Isaiah said, Lord, why hast thou made us to err? Because you can't live righteously, man, without understanding what wickedness is about, man. That's what the Lord said. Now is the time to arise and depart and flee out of the midst of Babylon, mentally and spiritually. This is not talking about get a damn passport and go to Africa, man. Okay? Hey, the Lord gonna jack them up too, man. So where you gonna go in Africa, man? Israel gonna be destroyed. Africa gonna be destroyed. Where you gonna go? Esau control the entire world, man. You think the Lord ain't? Hey, I just read to you in Isaiah 24, man, said the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, man. So where you gonna go, man? Hey, the Edomites finna get capped in them mountains, in them DUM with DUMB, deep underground military bunkers. They gonna be locked in those, man. Okay? And then the scriptures say, what is that second Ezra, is it 15? Let me see. As a matter of fact, let me read this real quick, because they ain't gonna be able to escape. They ain't gonna be able to get out of there neither, man. This second Ezra 15 and 55. The reward of thy whoredoms shall be in thy bosom. Talking about Esau. Therefore shall thou receive recompense, like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall God do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Hey, that's in Psalm 37. It said their own sword shall pierce them through the heart, man. Right? It say, thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy cities shall be broken down. I just read that in Isaiah 24 and 10. The city of confusion is broken down, man. It say, and all thou shall perish with the sword in the field. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood. For very hunger of bread and thirst of water. You're going to eat your own flesh, man. Okay? You're going to drink your own blood for very thirst of water, man. So they got a real judgment coming, man. All we got to do is stay grinding in this truth, as the scriptures say. Let's read that. I'm going to shut down. I don't want to. I'll stay on here for another 3 hours, man. The spirit be flamed up when I get out of work at 5. This is Matthew 24 and 13. All night at work. The time I go in at 9, take it up at 5, my mind is on scriptures all night. Matthew 24 and 13. He that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved, man. Hey, so long as we keep doing, diligently doing the work, man, staying grounded, Lord willing, we'll see salvation. Lord willing, man. Let me get one more. Revelation. Gotta endure, man. It's about endurance, man. That's a thing too. Oh, as a matter of fact, I must be allowed to read. This is Hebrews 12 and 1, man. Because this thing is about endurance, man. This ain't about running no fast race. Or you're going to run out and you're going to run out, man. This is Hebrews 12 and 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doeth so easily beset us. And let us run with patience the race that is set before us, man. So this is a race of patience, man. This is a race of patience, man. Hey, just seeing my little time in the truth, man. I done seen, just watching over the years and years of watching, since the brother woke me up to the truth, a lot of people done fell out, man. A lot of people that you would never thought would have fell out, they fell out, man. This is Revelation 2 and 25. It reads, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And that's beautiful, man. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father. And I will give him the morning star. Hey, they don't get no better than that, man. This is Matthew 19 and 28. To link with that. And Yahweh shall say unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, generation is back in the gene, man. This is called predestined right here, man. For you people that don't believe in reincarnation. And Yahweh shall say unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which follow me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Now I say that ye which have followed me, right? When you read Luke 22 and 28, it says this: ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations. What is that? Picking up your cross and following the Lord daily, man. No matter what it is, man. The highs, the lows, you got to take it all, man. Ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations, and I appoint unto you a kingdom, as my Father have appointed unto me, that ye may eat and drink at my table in the kingdom, and sit on the thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel and all the other 17 heathen nations, man. Which the Edomites gonna be done away with. So it's gonna be left to 16 heathen nations. Listen, man, we're gonna drink with Yahweh in the kingdom, man. Do you understand? Hey, that is a tunnel vision. And if you can't see it, man, go kill yourself. Go kill yourself if you can't see that, man. Because we all start with the Apostle Elders, a great millstone. We have tunnel vision for the kingdom, man. Hey, as a matter of fact, I know I gotta stop, man, because I'll be going. Revelation 3 and Revelation 3 and 10. No, 3 and 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that which thou hast, that no man take thy crown, man. Then Ezra said he saw a younger man, a higher statue, man, crowning all those men that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, man. Let no man take your crown. We have a tunnel vision for the crown, and that's what it is, man. That's what it is. This is Adam Nana. Isaiah 53 and 5. But he was wounded for our transgression, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed, man. Elect. Hey, what Paul said in Colossians 3 and 12, put on therefore as the elect, man. You gotta put on as the elect, man. That keeps you with a tunnel vision, man. This is Adon, Tazia 1, Baruch 4 and 22. For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you, and joy is coming to me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting our Savior. Listen, man. Hey, and that's a rising apart, for this is not our rest, man. We got to diligently do this work, put on the whole arm of Yahweh Shema Shah, and stay grinded, man. Stay grinded, man. Hey, because we getting close, man. We are getting close. Hey, they just see, you see, they got this guy that went into this rabbi house, man. Hey, you know they're gonna try to link that to the brothers, man, to the Hebrew Israelites. Hey, they finna try to all type of ways. They finna come in, man. But endure. Hey, keep the faith, man. Stay diligently, man. Hey, main thing, praying, man. Praying and fasting, man. Keep them demons off you, man. Okay. Hey, I got a Jehovah's Witness book. I was cutting them up like a couple years ago. But in their book in Matthew, I think it's Matthew 21 and 17, if I ain't mistaken. Let me see real quick. Let me see, it might be Matthew 21 is anyway, it's a verse. I think it's Matthew 6 though. But it tell you in Matthew 6 how to get rid of demons, right? By praying and fasting. Them devils took that verse out their book, man. Why? Because they don't want you to get rid of demons by praying and fasting. You keep these demons off you, man. Because, hey, you know the Lord let Satan tempt you and try all different type of things, man. So you got to stay grinding, man. And praying and fasting, man. Hey, so with that, gotta give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Kodash, the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the occupants pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the whole elect. And shalom to the Akwa who are listening and learning. The few sisters who are listening and learning. Hey, Lord, when it's edifying. Hey, the water for tuning in, everybody. Hey, the water. Everybody for tuning in with the precepts. Hey, Lord, when it's edifying. Till next time, shalom.